And the boy Jay is back. Now, I'm not gonna lie, man. I wanted to do a video on this, you know what I'm saying, like immediately. You know, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Jake Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Beezy, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below, you know what I'm saying? But we got how James Pearce Jr. ruined his career in 48 hours. And you know, this being the ops, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I was happy for this, you know what I'm saying? But it was kind of a sense of joy, you know what I'm saying, to see this happen. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like I said, when it comes to the ops, I want the worst of the worst, you know what I'm saying? And I was just very, very, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm gonna just keep it real. I was joyful, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really joyful that that happened, but you know, the ops get worse and worse, you know what I mean? That's all I really want, you know, and they haven't really had a pass rusher like Pearce Jr., you know what I'm saying, a long time. So I think bro ended with 10 sacks, you know what I'm saying? So to see Pearce Jr. probably not wear a Falcons jersey again, it definitely brings joy to my heart. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's his fault. You know, one thing about Falcons, man, they just can't never have Falcons can't never just have anything. You know what I'm saying? You drafted a quarterback that has bad knees. He's pushing 26 the whole time. My freaking quarterback is 22 years old. Your quarterback already had surgery on both of his knees. You know what I'm saying? So he is finna be penis. You know what I'm saying? Michael Penis Jr. And now you drafted a super thug. You know what I'm saying? So bad knees and a super thug. 2 picks going down the drain. You know what I mean? Now this year, you don't even have a first round pick, and then the Falcons gonna try to make it seem like we good. We don't need a first round pick. Well, the guy that you know, traded away the first round pick for, James Pearce Jr., is no longer with you. You know what I'm saying? He probably do be with y'all, but he'll be suspended. Yeah, man. You know, now it's just a waste. Now you just don't have a first round pick for no reason. You know, so just get ready to be in free agency, you know. But we got how James Pearce Jr. ruined his career in 48 hours.
James Pearce,
what a bastard.
Out of college that he had different character issues because they said that he had the worst character of anybody in the 2025 draft class. If you do not fix your character issues immediately, you will continue to jeopardize your life.
Just 48 hours before getting arrested, James Pearce was walking the red carpet at NFL Honors, a Defensive Rookie of the Year finalist, the Falcons' next superstar pass rusher, and one of the biggest game changers on the Falcons. And then everything changed. A police
Hold on, so you went on a high-speed chase? Hold on, so you went on a high-speed chase. So you took the police on a high-speed chase. Oh, you're done. You're done immediately.
Biggest game changers on the Falcons. And then everything changed. A police chase, 5 felony charges, stalking his ex-girlfriend,
felony charges,
officer with his car, and now his life is about to change. The James Pearce situation.
This man has 5 felony charges.
To understand how he got here, we need to go back just a little bit. James Pearce grew up in Charlotte,
5.
North Carolina, attending Julius.
He's screwed, bro.
School. He wasn't just good.
Ain't nobody trying to take a chance on him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look. You got to understand, gang. Just because you bond out of jail, that doesn't mean that you're out of jail. So, yeah, he's on bond, bro. But a high speed, that's a felony. You know what I'm saying? So who the freak wants to waste, you know what I'm saying, time on a player who's possibly finna see jail time? The man has 5 felonies. You know what I'm saying? And no telling how his criminal record is. But who the freak wants to waste years on a player who probably is finna go to jail? Like I said, yeah, you're out on bond, but that you're free, but that doesn't mean you're free. You still got to go back to court to hear your sentencing or to hear the consequences of probation or whatever. I know I wouldn't want to waste a player. I know I wouldn't want to waste a season on Pearce Jr. He probably won't even make it a season, you know. But I know I wouldn't want to waste time on him, so I'll release him. That's just me.
As a senior in high school, Pearce racked up 14.5 sacks with
Sorry,
2
buddy.
interceptions, and also played a pretty big role in helping his high school team win back-to-back state championships in 2019 and 2020. With this promising talent, colleges started to take notice, and as a 4-star recruit coming out of high school, James Pearce committed to Tennessee to go play college football. Pearce's freshman year at Tennessee wasn't flashy. He played every game but mostly on special teams, logging just 61 defensive snaps. His stat line was pretty modest, 5 tackles and 2 sacks. But then came his sophomore season, and that's when everything changed. Pearce exploded onto the scene. 10 sacks, 14
I don't want to see mildew.
loss, 28 tackles with 2 forced fumbles and 1 interception. He even led the entire SEC in sacks in 2023. Suddenly, Pearce wasn't just a good player. He was being talked about as a potential #1 overall pick heading into his junior year. But then something strange happened. His production as a senior dipped from his previous season. 7.5 sacks and 13 tackles for a loss. Still really good numbers, but not as dominant as the season before. But the interesting thing here was that his pressure rate was higher than ever, playing the same amount of snaps, so the impact was still there even if the stats didn't fully show it. Despite having a whole nother year of eligibility, James Pearce decided to declare for the NFL draft. Talent-wise, Pearce was clearly a first-round player, but there were some concerns really starting to grow when it came to his personality. During the pre-draft process, scouts and coaches weren't just evaluating Pearce's athletic ability and play style, they were evaluating him as a person, and the feedback got some mixed results. The concerns about his character weren't necessarily tied to one specific incident or event. Instead, they centered around his on-field drive and overall attitude. He reportedly didn't interview well during pre-draft meetings with NFL teams. One defensive line coach even told The Athletic that maturity issues scared them despite the elite talent. A former high school teammate of his described him as having anger issues and called him crazy. And one AFC executive in an interview said he's in danger of getting dropped off of the draft board simply because of the character concerns, and he probably isn't a fit for them. Draft analyst Tom McShay also revealed that he had received so much information regarding James Pearce, he had a full page of notes regarding James Pearce's football character. Now, there is one incident that you could look to that maybe could cause some concerns. In December of 2023, Pearce was arrested for going 63 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. He was charged with speeding, driving on a suspended license, failure to present insurance, registration not properly displayed, and improper window tinting. According to the police report, officers had to tell Pearce multiple times to turn off the vehicle and step out, and when they began to search his car, Pearce walked toward the vehicle again and had to be detained. There's no violence regarding the situation, and the charges were eventually dropped, but it added to a growing list of concerns about maturity and decision making regarding the draft prospect. Still though, when the NFL draft came in 2025, one team was willing to take a risk and gamble on James Pearce. The Atlanta Falcons desperately needed pass rushing help. Since 2018, the Atlanta Falcons had the fewest amount of sacks in the NFL, so they desperately needed someone to come on their defense and make some plays and get to the quarterback. On draft night, they made a few bold moves. First, they selected Jalone Walker at pick 15, another really good player added to their defense. But then 11 picks later, they traded back into the first round. The Falcons sent a future first-round pick and a second-round pick to the Los Angeles Rams to move up to pick 26 and select James Pearce. It was a massive investment.
So I said, man, character issues, man. I heard this was about a woman. You know what I'm saying? A woman, bro. A girl. Word on the street, you know what I'm saying? That word on the street, you feel me? That old girl wanted to break up with him. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't going for it. A woman? You know, a girl? Man, I just don't be understanding, man. I don't be getting it. But like I say though, man, it only takes one time for you to ruin something you worked your whole life to get towards to. And the thing is, bro, you finished with 10 sacks. You were the best. Like I said, I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't feel like you was better than Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter was better than you in every stat line other than sacks. You know, when Shane Bowen got fired, that's when Abdul Carter really started taking off. So I don't feel like he was better than Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter led the league in pressures as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Had more tackles, had more fumble recoveries than you. He was better than everything but sacks. But I feel like you were the second best edge rusher behind Abdul Carter. You know what I'm saying? But you finished with 10 sacks, man. You know what I'm saying? Finished with 10 sacks. Most definitely, bro, you could have been that guy, man. You know what I'm saying? You could have been that guy, but I just don't see the Falcons moving on from this. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, man. I don't see the Falcons moving on from this. Like I said, if I was a Falcons, I'll try to go get you know what I'm saying? I'll try to go get Chubb from the Dolphins or Jalen Phillips, you know what I'm saying? Just try to go get another edge rusher just in case, man, you know what I'm saying? And I would release Pearce Jr. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do if I were the Falcons. I would release him because you just don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we know how America is, though. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the famous, when it comes to the NFL and NBA players, they're not held to the same rules we're held to. You know what I'm saying? So nothing probably happens to them. I forgot we're in America. I forgot the justice system only matters when it comes to the middle aged and the poor. I forgot. It doesn't matter with the rich. They can just pay their way out of trouble. So I forgot. You know what I'm saying? You said Abdul was mid. That's how I know you don't watch Giants games. He didn't have a lot of sacks, bro, but he led the rookies in pressures, and he had more tackles than Pearce Jr. and more forced fumbles. You know what I'm saying? The only reason he didn't really have that many sacks, bro, because Shane Bowen was having him on the box and having him in the box, and he was sharing freaking snaps with Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns. Brian Burns, who were the second best pass rusher behind Myles Garrett this year with 16 sacks, and Myles Garrett had 23. So do your research before you talk on Abdul Carter, bro. Because every other stat line, he was better than James Pearce Jr., you know what I'm saying, at den sacks. But the casuals just look at sacks, bro. You know what I'm saying? So don't speak on my team, bro, when you don't watch my team, bro, because you don't know what the freak you talking about. Bro had so many freaking pressures, didn't make no freaking sense. It's not just about sacks, bro. It's about pressures as well, tackles as well. But you don't look at that. You just look at sacks, bro. He don't get a lot of sacks, you know what I'm saying, if he on the freaking line with somebody freaking averaging 16 sacks, you know what I'm saying, who got 16 sacks, and Dexter Lawrence.
If you're a Super Bowl team and you feel that you're one or two players away,
I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know what I watch, bro, and I know what I see, bro. I'm gonna go back and forth with you, bro.
And clearly the Falcons
think what you want to think. Make you feel better, make you sleep better at night, bro.
Super Bowl, but still, jobs were on the line for Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot, so they made the move and got James Pearce. The Falcons knew about the character concerns, they knew why he fell, but they still took a chance on him. General Manager Terry Fontenot said they talked with everybody around James Pearce, and they felt confident in him as a player and as a person in bringing him into the building. Defensive coordinator Jeff Aldrich even said they had inside information and felt good about both the player and the person. James Pearce at the Tennessee Pro Day described himself as a people person with a good heart. And for a while, it looked like the Atlanta Falcons had gotten it right. And before the video continues, I'd appreciate it if you take the
I don't want to hear that, man.
Tackle for a loss. Season, he had only 8 tackles, half a sack, and 1 tackle for a loss. His first sack came in week 2 versus the Minnesota Vikings on JJ McCarthy, but that was about all the flashes that we had seen from him. And throughout the first half of the season, while James Pearce's production wasn't necessarily very high, the Falcons were also losing a lot of games. And that first round pick in 2026 that they traded to the Rams is starting to look like an extremely valuable asset and draft pick that they just got rid of. Fans were beginning to question the move and be concerned that they had given up a possible top 5, top 10 pick for a guy way early, and they wouldn't even get the benefit of using that draft selection. But then everything flipped. James Pearce went on an unbelievable run in the second half of the season. He recorded a sack in nearly every game down the stretch, finishing with 10.5 sacks as a rookie. That was the most by a rookie since Michael Parsons had 13 sacks in 2021. The 10.5 sacks set by Pearce was a Falcons franchise record for sacks by a rookie in a single season. He was named the Defensive Rookie of the Month for December, and he played a key role leading the way in the Falcons' record-setting 57 sack season, which broke a franchise record. Sadly, nobody was talking about the trade and the Falcons sending a first-round pick to the Rams. Instead, they were talking about the Falcons having a superstar on the rise. The season was so impressive from James Pearce that he traveled to San Francisco as a Defensive Rookie of the Year finalist. He finished 3rd in voting behind 2 elite rookies and Browns linebacker Carson Schlesinger and Seahawks safety Nick Emmanwori.
Yeah.
Just 22 years
they
old,
both hard,
bro.
bro.
Looked limitless. And before they announced the Defensive Rookie of the Year award, James Pearce's mom gave an emotional speech saying how proud she was of him and how his heart was made of gold.
I am so proud of all that my son has accomplished, but I'm even prouder of the man that he has become. James has a heart of gold.
But just 48 hours after that, that's where everything went down. The NFL honors took place February 5th in San Francisco, but then 2 days later, Saturday, February 7th.
So you telling me this happened like right after you have a heart of gold? And so this happened like not right after, but right after after the NFL honors? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, so crazy how quick your life can change, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally a couple of hours ago, you were on top of the world, buddy. You know what I'm saying? You were on top of the freaking world. You know what I mean? Now you're a felon? You know what I'm saying? Like possibly can be a felon? You see how quick life changes, bro? You at the top of the world. Now, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know if you're going to have a roster spot.
In Miami, events
bro, life is crazy, bro.
The entire NFL.
But you did
James
it
Pearce had been
to your
in a
life.
3-year relationship with Rakea Jackson, the 4th overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. They both attended Tennessee during the same period from 2022 to 2024. But according to reports, Jackson had recently tried to end the relationship with James Pearce, and he simply did not take it well. She blocked Pearce's number, but he allegedly contacted her using another phone. And that Saturday morning, Jackson noticed Pearce following her in a white Lamborghini SUV, and at one point while stopped at a red light, he reportedly tried to open her car door. Then as she drove towards the police department, he rammed his vehicle into hers multiple times, including a head-on collision. Police arrived on the scene and ordered Pearce to the ground.
Nobody's talking about Trump, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody talking about no dang Trump. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. You want to get banned? Talking about James Pearce Jr. What does Trump being a felon have to do with him being almost a felon? What are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to ban you in a minute, bro. Shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? Shut your mouth, bro, if I ban you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say. Just shut your mouth if I ban you, bro. Me talking about James Pearce Jr. ain't got nothing to do with Trump. I don't give a dang about Trump. I'm talking about James Pearce Jr. right now. You know what I'm saying? You better shut your dang mouth if I ban you, bro. Real talk.
Gunpoint.
No, I don't love you. Ban him. You know what I'm saying? Ban him. I don't love him. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. Ban him. Ban him. Ban him. There you go. I've been wanting to ban you for so long. Thank you. You know what I mean? Jay's Kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? For giving me a reason to ban you. We're talking about James Pearce Jr. here, YouTube. We're talking about James Pearce Jr. possibly can be in a felon, and bro brings up Trump. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about a football player, Trump wasn't even in my mind. You know what I mean? Until I looked to the right side of the screen. And that little buffoon, that little bastard, you know what I mean, said something about Trump. You know what I'm saying? Didn't like that man in the first place. He just gave me a reason to get him out of here.
Pearce got back.
We're talking about this freaking bastard right here, James Pearce Jr. You know what I'm saying? Whose career is possibly over with.
Shut the door, and as an officer tried to open it, Pearce shut the door again, locked it, and drove away. While fleeing the scene, the SUV struck an officer in the knee, which police described as intentional in attempt to evade arrest. This sequence of events led to a
You hit an officer too?
Police were following him until he crashed at an intersection. He then got out and began to run.
Not only did he run from the police,
to him, but he
hit a police,
with video showing multiple officers needing to get him on the ground and into cuffs. Pearce spent the night at Turner Knight Correctional Center with bail set at $20,000, and he was released Sunday afternoon. Now James Pearce is facing 5 felonies: aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of that, aggravated stalking, aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, fleeing and eluding the police, and resisting an officer without violence, which is a misdemeanor. Just days earlier, James Pearce was being celebrated at NFL honors as one of the best rookies in the NFL for an incredible rookie season, but now he's facing potential prison time. When it comes to Rakea Jackson, she was reportedly not physically injured, but of course mentally the situation is likely extremely traumatic for her. She stated she's willing to testify to ensure justice is served for what transpired.
Dang, she gonna testify? You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, you can't get mad at her. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at her, bro. You feel me? For testifying. You know what I mean? She making sure, you know what I mean, that you do not come back. You feel me? She finna testify on you, boy. You know what I mean? All this because of Rakea Jackson. You know what she finna do? She finna testify on your butt, and she finna move on with another dude, and she finna enjoy her WNBA career. You blocked me by? Nothing is worth me throwing my life away. Is like, no female is worth that. No female is worth me throwing my life away. You want to block me? I will not act like I won't be sad about the situation. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna get over that. Get over everything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna throw my life away because you want to break over me. I'm not finna force you to stay with me. I'm not finna force you to talk to me, bro. I'm just not, bro. Anybody that I have to chase, bro, I don't want to be with, bro. It is what it is. So you want to block me? All right. I got a career that I'm doing, bro. I just finished I just in it. My year at the defensive player, like, bro, I was just at the NFL honors. I finished the freaking season with 10.5 sacks. Man, my freaking, bro, I'm lit right now. You think I care about some Rakia Jackson? Freak out my face.
What's going to happen now to James Pearce in his NFL career and just the whole legal situation? The NFL, first of all, is not going to get involved until the legal process plays out. But discipline from the NFL might not even matter because if convicted, Pearce could be facing serious prison time. Reports suggest a potential minimum sentence of around 5 years with the possibility up to 30 years depending on the outcome of the case. His lawyer has stated that he maintains his innocence and that the allegations can shape a narrative, but that doesn't tell the whole story. But regardless of the legal defense, the incident itself did happen, and these aren't allegations that he said, she said. This has now become a full organizational crisis for the Falcons, who recently just got new leadership in the building with a new head coach in Kevin Stefanski, with a new general manager and new president role held by franchise legend Matt Ryan. And this is where everything goes full circle, because now the exact concerns that scared teams during the draft process and why teams didn't want to draft him are now the same concerns being discussed again, this time by the Falcons. And now it's not whether about who's going to draft him, it's about whether he's going to play football again. Football insider Chris Lowe put it bluntly, I think there's a lot of people around Tennessee who coached him, played with him, and were administrators who aren't 100% surprised. There were warning signs along the way, some anger issues, some things that happened. And even looking back at his high school teammates saying that these are not made up character concerns. He went to high school with him and he's actually crazy. He had the worst anger issues ever. Those same red flags that didn't stop the Falcons from taking the risk and gamble on him because of the talent are now the same things that are going to make them pay the ultimate price, because the one thing they had going for them in a season where they didn't make the playoffs and a season where they had to fire their head coach and general manager, one of the few bright spots on their team was James Pearce, but now who even knows if he's going to play football again? Thanks for tuning into the Cash Football channel, the best place for casuals like us to talk about the NFL. Let me know your thoughts on the situation down in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe.
Yeah, man, that's unfortunate, man. You know what I'm saying? You say he not doing 30, but he gonna do some time though. You know what I'm saying? Best believe he gonna do some time. You got 5 felonies, bro. Ain't about no being innocent. Ain't about none of that. First, you hit a police officer with the car. You know what I mean? So let me go and tell y'all that he hit a police officer with the car. So he did not just only scur off the lot. You know what I'm saying? That right there, a freaking police chase, that's a felony right there. You know what I'm saying? But you hit a police officer, bro, you finna serve some time, bro. But he ain't gonna do 30 years, but he gonna serve some time up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Falcons should release him. You know what I'm saying? The Falcons will be dumb, but the Falcons are a dumb organization. The Falcons will be stupid to keep him. Why would I want to keep a player that I do not know sure of this man is going to be on the field next season? If he gets convicted, like what's going to happen? I'll be looking for an edge rusher immediately. Pack your bags